Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm JC.
And I'm Tom.
And it's Sunday
Once again.
and gloomy. It looks just cold. Winter's coming.
It's chilly-ish.
Like
it's
Jon
not
Snow says,
raining.
winter's coming.
Yeah, renter's coming.
Winter's coming. I don't know. I think that's how he talks.
Yeah, who?
Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
I think he said that. I don't know. I just remember that from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
We were just talking about that earlier.
gotcha.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, you watched Gladiator yesterday or the other day,
A
right?
couple days ago, yeah.
Me and
Gladiator
Alicia,
2.
we went on a date and we watched it. Mm-hmm. Really good,
Yeah.
by the way. They did, you know, I love how, I'm glad it was the same director because I love
Ridley
how it just
Scott.
kind of like,
Flowed.
it still had that same like element. The music was the same, if you noticed.
Yeah, the cinematic feeling, the tone, the
Yeah.
emotion is the same.
Like they kept they kept it so
Yeah.
it wasn't like one of those sequels where it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like another director takes it
And
over.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Well, like, for example, the new Joker movie, Part D or whatever it is.
I hear that sucks.
Yeah, we were going to go see it because I loved the first Joker. Loved it. I'm not going to say anything about the new one because I didn't watch it.
It's a musical.
We went in and we were going to buy the tickets, and the guys were like, well, just so you know, it's a musical. And we're like, you're so funny. And they go, no, it's like legit a musical. And we're like, what? Why would you turn that into a musical? Like,
Yeah.
the Joker movie was so great. You know, I mean, it really was just
really
a
was.
fantastic movie. And it was very dark and it was very like psychological, right? And why would you turn that into a musical? I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of like, it's one of those movies where at some point when you don't have to pay movie theater prices and you decide that you're going to open yourself up to it and you're going to take it for what it is, maybe you're going to sit down and be like, okay, I get it.
I don't know.
I don't
we
know.
were talking about this when I came over and dropped JJ off. I'm not a huge musical fan. I know the girls are gonna. Well, Blanca, they're gonna go watch Wicked, which is a crazy.
Blanca made Wicked sweatshirts.
You know what?
I don't understand my wife anymore. She would never have done that kind of corny shit before.
You know what weirds me out is like I heard about this movie, but then it just seems like all of a sudden it's like. It's just like, oh, this like this phenom, or
Oh
there's
my
just,
gosh.
it's like people are
Yeah.
going crazy for it. I'm like,
yeah. They're putting porn on the back of the packaging
That's
all
so
over the place. It's crazy.
wrong
You
website.
know, like, yeah, oops. That's a bad one. That's a bad mistake.
Who fucked that up?
Hey, honey, if you click on the QR code, let's watch the part from the movie. Whoa. My question is, does it take them to like a porn version of that movie, or is it just random?
It takes them to wicked.com, the porn site.
shoot.
There's the actual porn site called Wicked.
So oof.
So it takes them to a porn site.
Use mommy's phone. Click. Whoa. I like these toys.
Jimmy knew that
all
day.
the little boys are buying the Wicked dolls. All the teenage boys are buying the Wicked dolls.
I know Jimmy knew that day he loved women.
Yeah. Well, by God, I'm not gay. I told you, Dad.
Can you imagine though, as a parent?
Wow.
Oh, let's try this QR code. Whoa, nope.
Yeah. The dad's like, well,
I'll
I better
save
take
this.
that packaging with me. Oh.
Right, like, damn, I haven't been to this site in years.
Was the Wicked's still a thing? Wow.
They really updated their little splash screen. That looks nice. But that's crazy, though.
That was a big mistake. Sorry. We would like to formally apologize.
That's an IT apartment thing, I think. Right? It has to be.
Well,
whoever creates the QR code.
Isn't it? Well, but isn't it also the who signs off on the packaging?
It would be like a marketing
Because
thing, I would think.
wouldn't you go through, like, because they do the markups, right? Wouldn't you go through and click it to make sure? They will now. I guarantee you, every company that does a QR code for anything, especially like, you ever imagine the Pornhub toys?
So I wonder what they named. Maybe they didn't realize Wicked.com was a porn site.
Probably not.
And they're just like, oh, yeah, we're the only.
We're the only Wicked.com that could possibly be.
Would you even check to see if there's witches on that?
Now,
shit?
are they going to get sued by the porn Wicked.com?
Nah, they're gonna be. They just. You know how much fucking traffic came through?
We'll make a deal. You guys have to make
You know what I hope happened?
God. Huh.
I hope like it didn't just boom, you go to Wicked. I hope it like pops up. You got to be 18 or older. Verify your age or something.
Right.
You know how you know how Splash is?
Yeah.
You know how Splash. Guys, you've been to porn sites.
I actually don't know at all, but
No, I don't either.
as we look at wieners on our screen,
That's always it's.
there's
not
rock
wieners.
figures that look fairly phallic.
They do look
the
phallic. It looks like
screen.
it's Arizona or somewhere.
Interesting.
It's probably Peru or something.
Yeah, it's a different kind of.
The Windows changing desktop screen.
Yeah, you guys know that you can find out information about those pictures.
Yeah, just go to the
pretty
top
neat.
right hand corner.
Pretty neat.
No, how's your week
Anyway,
been?
yeah, it's been good. I had conferences. It was really cool. There's a family that reminds me of our family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're like
there's-
blended.
Yeah, the two moms were there. Yeah, on Friday, and like super like friends. I mean, it was it was like I was looking at us.
Did you say anything?
No, I mean, no, just
Man,
I mean, I could. It's just like I don't know.
like wait, you
You
know,
got
this is a
15
great example. You know,
Yeah, I could have. I should have.
Yeah, I think
It's
there's
like 15 minutes of time to talk about everything there is to talk about. I could have. I should have. I almost did. I didn't. But it was really cool because it was like the girl version of us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it was just really neat to see
that
again.
is cool.
I don't know everything about their story or how they, came to be, but they're definitely very friendly and they're
I was gonna say,
together.
did they claim to be best buddies?
They don't outwardly say anything, but you can
okay.
just tell the way that they interplay and the way they talk that they're involved with each other. They like smile and laugh the same, like together.
Okay. Yeah.
I've seen them out other places. I was golfing early on this school year, and they were bringing my student and like a sibling and people out to what's that restaurant in the park in Columbia Park?
At Columbia Park?
Yeah, the
Foodies?
yeah, they were going there.
Oh.
And my student yelled at me because we were teeing off at 1, which is right there by the parking lot.
Motherfucker, I'm teeing
And
off.
so I looked over and I was like, hey, and it was funny. And they were there. And so like they do things together.
That's kind of cool.
It is really cool. And it's, one more example of how things can be.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's cool to actually see in the like real world instead of just our world.
Yeah, right. That it does exist. And in our own community, it exists
Yeah.
several times. So the percentage is probably not super high at this point. But like we've said, that's kind of like a driving force for us is changing that dynamic, making more of this type of story
Yeah,
the norm.
I was in Salem this week, and I was talking to one of the staff members or something about the dynamic, just like how it is.
Yeah.
And it's the same reaction every time. Whoa, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. Instantly, the guard goes up.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, it's.
It's a very difficult thing to see yourself doing in a hypothetical.
So it's usually that, or they sometimes I've had people assume it's a swinger situation. I'm like, and it's not this, and they're like, I was just wondering, and I'm like, yeah, I can tell.
You're a dirty birdie, Jesse.
Dirty birdie. I love saying that.
Oh, Misery. That was a great movie. Oh,
You're a dirty birdie.
You're a dirty birdie, Paul.
Yeah, that's what I call Alicia. You little dirty birdie.
Yeah, Blanca knows she's in trouble when I come and say, come here, you dirty birdie.
Belt's coming off.
I've never done that, but
But
yeah.
no, they like
watch Misery though. That's a good freaking movie.
It is. But they freaking they just once you start explaining to them the situation, they all end up with the same reaction though. Like, wow, that's that's really
It's an
actually very
incredible
cool.
story.
Blah blah blah.
It's possible.
So sometimes I like to just throw that out there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like it won't even, we'll be talking about pets. I'm like, who has pets? My ex-wife and her husband, who I'm best friends with.
My best friend Tom, who also is married to my ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's funny. That just ran out of nowhere. Like, my phone's breaking. You know who else has a cell phone? My best friend, who happens to be. You should check out our podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a marketing thing that we can do with that.
I usually will tell people about the podcast, just to try to get to maybe someone will look at it.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually cool. That's cool that you get to see that. And it's crazy. You guys get 15 minutes, man. The teacher for
it's like
JJ
15
took
or
forever.
20. It's 15 or 20. And if they're not back to back, you have, you can go as long as you need to. But they're usually like Friday. The one time I didn't have one scheduled is when I scheduled Elliot. So it was literally like back to back, which is really nice. Makes the time absolutely fly.
I should have showed up to Elliot's with you guys.
You should have. This is his other dad. This is Uncle Jesse. Uncle Joey's coming.
Yeah. Danny will be here soon.
Yeah.
No, it was so I came back Friday, so like the Portland traffic's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get to JJ's about 4:50. His is at 5, and at least he was all, "Oh my God, 5 o'clock." I'm like, "Babe,
It's okay.
it's only 4:59. I think we're okay."
Yeah.
Like the teacher's still talking. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Relax a little.
Yeah.
Because she was already like kind of upset
Yeah.
about some other stuff outside of outside of that, like work wise, I think,
Sure,
or something like that.
Life stuff.
But then then we had the conversation with the teacher, and the teachers. It was cool to finally get to meet the teacher, because I haven't had a chance to meet him, and I really like him. I like his like the way he kind of approaches it. Mm-hmm. I think he's actually treating the kids more like he's prepping them for middle school,
Giving them more responsibility, which is a good thing.
He lets them know, I think he says, are you, he asked JJ, like he did it interview style, sort of. He's like, okay, are you a learner or a worker? Mm-hmm. Which one are you? And JJ's like, well, I'm a learner because, and then JJ will break down why he's a learner and the difference between a worker and a learner. A worker's just they're just going through the motions, and they don't want to expand their knowledge. They don't want to do anything else.
They just look at it as task.
Yeah, a learner wants to. It is work, but at the same time, they want to know why they're doing it. What's the things? Why we do this? Yeah, a lot more engagement. And so it was really cool, just the way he approached that.
Nice.
And Alicia actually she said that kind of like sat with her, because she goes, "Damn, I think I'm just a worker because I'm at work and I just go through the motions. I don't."
She goes back to him. Teach me.
She just was just like. Yeah. Because like for me, like I'm going through a situation right now where I'm, a chapters I'm hoping changes in my life.
Yeah.
And so Alicia, I think, wanting that to happen now.
Yeah. Well, I was very curious when we were talking last week. We talked about JJ in his class, and that was the thing I was curious about, because it seemed like this teacher had a lot of things in place.
Yeah.
So it was weird to me that everything would be so focused on negatives.
Yeah, no.
And a lot of times,
it's more. He's very big on behavior, right?
Sure.
So that's his focus. He has a really thing like, okay, hey, these are your choices you're making,
right? Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I can see why he can come off kind of like off.
But this is where I always try
I think the kids need that. Actually.
Yeah. As a teacher, I would always tell parents, like, give the teacher a chance. Don't just take what your kid says at face value, because a lot of times your kids are coming from their perspective of things, and it's important that kids understand it. If your kid's coming home like, they're just mean to me all the time, well, that's not the goal. But
and the thing is, the teacher's not mean to JJ at all. Like the teacher really let it known that he's like, this guy right here, he's one of my favorite. He's this is what we want.
That is so great,
like he
to be able to say that, because I had a few on Friday that those are the kids. So it's like, I can always go to your student, your child, and say, they are an example of what we're doing. I use a clip system, so they get to clip up. Yeah. And it's like,
is that the number system thing?
So it's a color system in my room. I think everyone in our grade level is using this same thing. It's like, there's like 5 different colors.
Oh, okay.
And I always tell them, like, the goal is to be moving up. If we're moving down, that's because of our choices. We can always move back up, but we have to decide to stop making those mistakes and turn that around. Yeah. But there are some kids, every day, like, we know we're supposed to come in a certain way. We're supposed to have a certain voice. And if we don't have that, then instead of just going around and being like, you're loud, you're loud, you're loud, you turn it. Because kids tend to mimic what's getting recognition. Yeah. So usually I'll be like, oh, you're nice and quiet. You've already got your items out. You have everything else put away. You've got a book out. You're going to clip up. And then everybody's like, oh, I want to clip up too.
Clip up.
It's funny.
Sound like a gangster.
Clip up, man. Clip up.
Where's that gun at?
Clip down. Yeah,
We're gonna get beefing.
You know who clipped down last week, huh?
He ain't in this class no more.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. But that's kind of like
Yeah. So.
like the teacher was saying. Like I forget what testing thing, but JJ's at a 4, which is like the higher level, the highest level.
Sure. The state testing goes off of a tiered system, so I don't know if maybe that's what he was talking about.
Could be.
Maybe something preparing for it.
But he was very like, he's just impressed. He's like, JJ's very engaged. He always is asking questions.
An inquisitive mind.
Yeah, that's what he said. He actually used that word. And then he was like, he gets it. He gets what I'm trying to do here. He understands what I'm trying to do. It's not that he's just doing it. He understands where I'm coming from. He doesn't, it's not, for him, that's what he liked is that
Yeah, sure.
there's the understanding. He's just not learning the stuff. He understands the stuff.
And you can tell the difference between just a base level.
I'm not gonna lie. It made me very like in that moment. I was like trying not to smile, but it was really hard because I was super proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I love hearing that. You love hearing that about your kid, like how they're great kids. And I guess he asked, hey, is there someone you'd want to work with that you haven't worked with before? And he's asked that question, and he asked that question to a previous student that he had just had a conference with, and that student is pointed out she wants to work with Jesse, and
Josie Barbaro.
and he goes, would you be okay with that? This is a student. I think it would be really good for you. I don't think. Yeah, I go. She's not like the type where you're not going to get things done. She's not like that kind of a student. She's just she's very quiet and kind of. She probably needs a little push or something.
Yeah.
And JJ was like, yeah.
That's cool.
He said, yeah, I can work with whoever. I don't care.
Yeah, nice.
JJ just hates when the class acts up. Because JJ's 65. Seriously.
He really
so
is.
he hates
He's
when
a get off my lawn kind of kid.
It's like, motherfuckers. These
Which I
kids.
understand. I was somewhat that kid.
Yeah, like he'll come home
it.
and he'll be like, fucking class was so loud. It was annoying. No one's doing their work. Like, bro, this is crazy. You're in 5th grade.
Yeah. It's like, I'm
Tell me
going
at
to
work.
fire them all.
But, so I was out of town, right? Doing, we got a clinic that we're remodeling. So I was actually working, I was staying in Salem, but I was working in Woodburn, which is about 20 minutes away.
Okay. Portland area.
But one of the days I was there because it was like we were in Woodburn. I went back to work some tickets for my tech and just kind of finished my day there because I'm already going to be there anyway. Because my gym was there. That's the main reason, really. And there's this delivery guy. And so I just happened to see that there's all these boxes from where the hall, you can look through this door that has like a little window, like the office doors do. And then I could see outside that I seen these boxes. I'm like, oh, this guy probably needs fucking in. And I open it. And it was this delivery driver. And I don't know if I think I've talked about this guy a long time ago. His name was Wayne. He was going through a divorce.
Oh, I think you might have brought.
And he was a super nice guy. He just kind of opened up, and I just kind of talked to him about, the time I went through divorce.
Yeah.
Situation from just talking to him at that time it was completely different. Obviously, me and Blanca were never hating at each other. I think there was a time there where there was like not beef, but like I don't know,
Tension or
there was a tension. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. And but so I just explained my situation to him, just trying to like help him feel okay because he's been with this lady for over 20 years.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
So it was you can tell it weighed a lot on him.
Yeah.
And so
they have kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so this time around he was there and. I don't know if he remembered me right away, but we're just talking. He's a very friendly guy. And he was like, oh, well, you have a blessed day, man. And he goes to shake my hand. And I was like, you too. He's like, he goes, wait. He goes, I'm Wayne, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, wait, we've talked before, haven't we? I go, yeah. I go, I was going to ask, man, how are you doing? I know you're going through divorce and stuff. How's that, how's all that going?
Yeah.
He was like, he goes, you know what? The judge signed the papers just recently. He's like, he goes, I was at a low point. He goes, I was on vacation. I was off on a beach. He goes, and I had a gun in my mouth. I was just gonna
Wow.
do it there. He goes, because it was like, I've been this lady 22 years. She's my best friend.
Felt like it's over.
Like, this is it. He goes, but then I just don't want my kids, and then I have my kids, and I think I don't want another guy to raise them, and this, that, and the other thing.
God, he decided not to do that.
Yeah. He is a very, when you talk to this guy, he's got such a good attitude.
That
right?
you would never imagine it.
You wouldn't imagine it, but he's just so friendly. It was just like, oh, you can see he's trying to be positive. But I was just talking about like, well, that's good. I was like, well, I know this is cliche, but over time things will get better. Like it's gonna get better. It's hard now. I'm sure. He goes, yeah, it's weird. We were best friends, and now it's like we hate each other. He goes, we're at this event, and we can't even look at each other, or this, that. And I was like, and that's where I was telling him, like, just give it time. Time will eventually, for you, will actually like change that. And
yeah,
he's like, I go, it took me a while, but now I'm like remarried and I'm happy and all this stuff. And he's like, so how long for you did it? And I was like, a couple years probably. I was like, obviously I seen girls here and there, but it was never nothing serious. Like, oh, okay. He's like, because I seen I'm like, there's this girl, he's seeing, a friend, but he let her know that he's not ready to be in that. I don't want a relationship. Like, this is kind of where I'm at right now. And I don't think I'm ready to do that. And I don't want that for you. Like I don't
want to be a bad person.
I don't want to, I don't want you, I want you to know where I'm coming from, but I also want you to know that please don't expect this to evolve into more than what we're doing right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Take this at face value. This is what it is. And I was like, yeah, I've been there, man. I've had that actually same conversation before. And then he was like, yeah, thanks. And then he was like, you know what? Thank you so much for, asking. Yeah. Seeing how I was doing. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, cause I've thought about him here and there throughout the time, just cause I don't know. He'd be
a good guy to have on the podcast.
He really would be.
Yeah.
And dude, aside from that, like this guy's like into sports, like he loves football. And the crazy thing is, he was asking me, like, that's how we start talking about football. And he was like, hey, did you catch that football game, the Steelers and the Browns? It was crazy snow. Like, he shows me this video and the snow's coming down like
a blizzard.
Oh, crazy blizzard. The kicker couldn't see the field goal post.
Oh my God.
That's how much snow and the blizzard was coming down. Like,
were they having to clear the field of snow, or was
Nope.
it just mounding up?
It was just going. They were just playing in that shit.
Good Lord.
But you see, like, the snow coming down in the TV, and you can't see the field goal from where they're sitting, and you're like, whoa.
I did not see that game.
Me neither. I was like, no.
Almost did, because I think that was an Amazon game, wasn't it? Yeah. So
Yeah, it was
I
a
thought
Thursday.
about watching it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, no, I was actually watching it. I was in my room. I was watching a college football game that day. But he goes, he goes, do you know who Aaron Jones is? I was like, yeah. He goes, that's my cousin. Me and him were talking about it. I was like, your cousin? I was like, Aaron Jones. I go, what position? He goes, plays for the Bills. I go, what position? Because I can't remember. And he's like, he's a running back. And I was like, he plays for the fucking Green Bay Packers. And he's like, yeah. And he was like, cool. That's my cousin. And people say those things.
Sure.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. He actually had photos.
Oh, dude, photos upon photos, right? Like family, like not cool. Just like your typical like.
Yeah.
Like he's at it, like
barbecue or something.
Yeah, they're at a family event, like it was his like aunt's house.
That's cool.
So they're at like, it's not even like a nice, it's a nice house, but it's not like
normal
Aaron's
person.
house or something.
Yeah.
And he goes, sometimes I think it's just crazy that I'm older, but like this guy, NFL, like he goes, I get like starstruck in a sense because it's like, dude, this is my cousin. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
We were just talking on FaceTime, and he shows me these FaceTime conversations. I'm like, that's so fucking cool. Yeah. Like, so he would be pretty dope to have. Yeah. But yeah, I wish I could have got that guy's information. I think he would have been a cool guest.
Well, you'll see him again.
If I'm still there.
Just be ready.
If things happen the way I hope they happen, I probably won't see him again.
I guess that could be true.
But yeah, no. So yeah, that was cool. I just thought it was really cool that just to hear his story and just I don't know. It just makes me think about the things people go through. Really.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And thinking about kids, like how many kids are in that same boat? That the kids that don't make it. The kids that commit suicide. That I
Yeah.
went to school with a guy that did that. I'm sure most people know somebody.
Yeah. Somebody.
And it's kind of the same thing for kids. Now, for adults, like 20 years is a big deal. That's like legitimately a big deal.
That's like half of my life.
Yeah. I mean,
know what I mean?
And to think about a guy in that, that position, when understandably you've lost a lot. I mean, your life essentially is over. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be a new life. There's a new phase of life.
But now you have to live in this apartment, not this house.
Right.
Right. And that's what his thing
all
was.
these things that you worked for.
He's like, he goes, I go home and I'm alone. And he just feels alone. And, before that, he had the house.
Right. And my cousin Brian, we've talked with him, and that is a lot of how he felt. I mean, he and I had lots of phone conversations where he said, like, man, it's just, I come home and it's just quiet. I have nothing going on. I got nobody here. There's nothing to do. And it's just, all I can do is sit with my thoughts.
Dude.
And that's like our teenage kids. A lot of them, they go through a breakup and they have that same feeling like it's over.
Yeah.
And they don't have the 20 years of life history to maybe pull through that. And it's it's wild. I mean, our perspective is such a part of, I guess the way that we handle things, the way we get through things. And
I don't know. That's 20 years is crazy.
20 years is a long time. I'm glad that he's okay.
Yeah, me too. Because he was always just like, he's always like I said, he'll be like, have a blessed day. I hope you have a blessed day and this stuff.
Yeah.
He's always been like,
but
the times I've had.
You worry about people that are always so positive that way.
Yeah.
And I try to be like that at work. I try not to be like a sourpuss all the time. But like a lot of people like that put on that show of just positivity all the time, you do have to wonder how are they really doing, because they're not necessarily going to show you. And those are the ones like, I can't believe that this happened.
Jimmy John just took himself out.
Jimmy John went on that rhino hunt. And did you hear what he did?
You got some of that turkey. You got some of that rhino meat, that elephant.
Jimmy John. Is there a guy really named Jimmy John?
That's you're getting back to Brian, just even that Wayne, like being alone. That's how I feel when I'm over there. Yeah. And the first day or two they're okay.
Sure.
But then day 3, 4, the 5th day, by the 4th day, by Thursday, I'm like, I'm ready.
Well, I think everybody.
But being alone with your thoughts, bro, I started getting sad. Like, I started feeling some type of way, and like I'm just like, I don't know what it was, but I was like, I'm in the process of doing stuff, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm like doing making the right decisions. Like, is this gonna affect?
Right.
Is this gonna affect people? Like, if this, if what happens, if my next chapter goes the way I'm hoping it goes, who's this gonna affect? Is this a bad choice? Am I doing the right thing? Like,
so you're like spiraling.
Oh man, that's why I said the other day when I was like, hey, how you doing? Like, I was legit like, and I was home finally, but like, that's where I was at. Like, I was just like, I'm just like, I don't know what is this even the right move?
Sure.
Oh my God. Cause it feels like I could feel the page turning in my life. Right.
Yeah.
I know it's going to happen.
But that's kind of a fear.
That's the thing.
Because I'm like, you're following through on a goal.
Yeah, I am.
And I told you yesterday, I'm very proud of you for putting yourself out there like that, because it's a scary thing to create change in your life.
It is. That's what I was telling Lisa.
But you're doing it. And ultimately, you're in control. You can say yay, you can say nay.
Yeah. But see, that's the part where it's like, okay, that you come to that fork in the road.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now it's your choice, right? Which way are you going to go?
Anything
you can say
that
yes,
makes
you can say no.
Happier is going to be a good move for you.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything else.
And I think there's going to be a sadness there if this happens.
Of course.
Just because of the people I'm involved with through work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have like, I care about my team, and I care, there's people I work with that I care about like that. And so it's like.
No, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Who's coming with me?
I'm starting my own
IT firm.
Hospital IT firm. Who's coming with me? Yeah, that'd be great for a hospital that doesn't exist. That's a good,
just based out of my
movie
garage.
We're IT tech support.
Yeah, World War II fucking hospital. World War.
Nazi computer
You know, I have a
systems.
hard time saying that. World War.
World War.
It sounds like a tongue twister to me.
Yeah. World War.
We do amputations for free.
Yeah.
Just bite this
Here,
stick.
bite this stick. Here's a shot of whiskey.
Wait, that's Civil War shit.
Oh man, I watched All's Quiet on the Western Front, the new one. I watched that on Veterans Day. It is a very good movie. It's very gruesome. But yeah, like World War One was pretty gnarly.
I don't know. I couldn't live. Like I've seen what is it, Dancing with the Wolves?
Yeah.
Right? And there's a scene in there where he's about to get like there's people getting their legs chopped off and shit. It's like, well, it looks broken to me.
Yeah.
Cut it off. And you're like, what the fuck? No, there's got to be a way to save this.
Right.
Not yet.
In about 20 years probably, but nope, we gotta cut your head off.
Can you imagine this shit that got cut off that probably shouldn't have?
They flat out, yeah. Well, because of the infection.
Well, because they didn't, they didn't have a way to fight it back then.
Right,
Penicillin wasn't a thing, probably.
No, it wasn't. So yeah.
Put some moldy bread on it. Hurry.
Holy water.
Oh my God, I had a conversation with JJ the other day. Well, it was yesterday. We were getting, Alicia was making breakfast. And so she got the cheese out. And, sometimes cheese, if it sits, it gets mold on it. And JJ's like, mm-mm.
But that's all cheese is.
I was like, dude, cheese is mold. He's like, but you think mold, bread, it gets in there. It's, basically goes inside the bread. It's like there's nothing you can save.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. I go, but cheese is mold already.
Right.
So you can just cut the mold off and just still eat the cheese. You're
Yeah.
fine.
In fact, you could eat the mold cheese and probably be okay. It'd be gross, but I mean,
gross. It's now blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Well, that's what he ends up. He goes, well, I guess you're right. He goes, because there's blue cheese and that's moldy cheese.
And
I was like,
that's
well,
delicious.
I go, well, all cheese is moldy.
Yeah.
Just like,
Remember, son, all cheese is mold cheese.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Do you know the Mongolians would drink fermented milk? That like traditional, probably not today. Maybe today. I don't know. But yeah, like the original like China versus Mongol wars times, right? Like
they would let the milk sit and ferment.
Yeah, they would ferment, and the story goes that you could smell them coming before you could see them.
I'm sure that, and they didn't shower.
And
then.
they were like super drunk on milk. Like, yeah,
Drunk on milk.
Talk about tough people, man.
There was this game I used to play called Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's a Nintendo 64 game. Those of you that are around my age probably, hopefully remember this if you're gamers. But it starts off where he's milk drunk.
Okay.
And the way he starts off, he's like, oh my God, I had so much to drink. The game is fucking phenomenal.
What is the name of this game?
It's called Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's probably one of the greatest Nintendo games ever created.
I can't believe I never heard of that one.
Dude, it is. There's a scene in that game where you jump on this sunflower's big old tits to get into the next platform.
Oh, wow.
She's like, boing,
The
boing.
sunflower has boobs.
Yeah, so she's like sitting there and she has these boobs, and so you get on there and you're like, you have to jump on them to get on the next level. But the game itself is good. It's just so hilarious.
Like funny. Just, yeah.
Oh, dude, it is phenomenal.
Man.
It's like to me, that was one of my most favorite games ever. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. But he was like super into like drinking milk, but he was like fucked up on milk.
Okay.
Probably fermented milk.
So he was Mongolian.
There's something Hispanics do, and I've never done this because I guess I'm not super Hispanic, I suppose, but you get the milk from the cow fresh.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember if you put vodka or tequila in it.
Okay.
And then you drink it.
Huh.
Which curdles it, I think.
Yeah, it would. It would.
It sounds disgusting. I'm just going to say. But I guess it's really good because it's like warm, but I hate warm milk.
I'm not a big warm milk fan either. No.
Me and Alicia were at Costco and they're like, they have these milk jugs sitting out, but then they're heating up.
On purpose?
They're heating up this milk and we're like, who fucking is drinking warm ass milk at Costco? Like, that's dumb. Well, we were the dumb ones. It was there around the corner behind it was hot cocoa.
Oh, okay. Okay. Which, I mean, yeah.
They should have displayed it a little differently because they were actually trying to sell you the Starbucks cocoa.
Gotcha.
Not the milk,
Not
but the way it
the
was
hot
displayed, it was like you see this milk and you're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink hot milk. I know some people do that
hot
before
chocolate's
bed.
really good. I mean, so yeah, hot milk can be good.
No, it can't.
But lukewarm milk, no.
Hot milk.
Curdled milk.
Definitely not. Yeah, no, I eat curdled milk. It's called yogurt.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, because I like.
Don't say it. Don't say cottage cheese.
I love
you
cottage
bastard.
cheese. I do. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. There's an idea of when something should be and when it shouldn't. You know.
Yeah.
Like if you put it in plastic, it's meant to be. If it's in vodka,
I think I need to give cottage cheese another try.
I like it.
My mom would eat that shit, and I was just like,
It's a good source of protein.
like I said, I think I've mentioned that where she'd put it in like a half of a cantaloupe. She'd get all the seeds out, and then she'd put the cottage cheese in that, and she'd eat it like that. And it just looks so gross. And I tried it, and I still hated it.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, that's for sure.
I was at the Woodburn Clinic, or I was at one of our clinics this week, and this lady walks by. They're talking about pizza and this pizza place they went to, and like they were describing the pizza, and then me being me, I was like, hopefully there's no pineapple on that. I'm like, cause I go, man, because pineapple pizza's nasty. They're like, the girl goes, I was starting to like you, but never mind.
Oh.
She's like, yeah, it was pineapple pizza. I was like, oh, that's gross.
That's funny. I don't mind it. I don't have to have. I'm one of those weird people that is in the middle. Like it doesn't. I can eat it. I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't put it on a pizza if I were to order one.
I can't say I've never had it, right?
Yeah.
But if there's just pizza at the house and I'm really wanting a slice of pie, and it's pineapple, I'll take the pineapples off.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it. But it just. There's a sweetness to Hawaiian pizza that I just
And you
I
don't
care.
want the sweetness.
I don't care about the sweetness.
See,
I think
I
that's
like
what it
sweet
is.
stuff, so it doesn't bother me. But it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
Blanca loves it. Like
Alicia loves it.
She loves pineapple on it. So anytime we get a pizza, half of it is her pineapple, whatever. I actually, because I hate olives and I'm pretty much hate mushrooms.
Oh, I love mushrooms.
The exception was when we made the mushrooms out when we were hunting, and they were like basted in butter.
Is that the one
the
bucket mushrooms that I made?
That was good.
Oh yeah. This guy.
But typically, I'm not big into mushrooms or olives. But put them on a pizza, I don't know what happens. They magically transform, and they're absolutely delicious.
I was gonna say, dude, pineapple pizza, pizza with like my favorite pizza is actually like pepperoni with olives and mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
but no one in this house likes that but me.
I like the Supremes where they have like the vegetables chopped up, like the peppers and stuff on there.
That's good.
And the onion, and you got that and the
what? When they throw sausage on it?
Oh God.
I hated sausage pizza for so long.
I did too as a kid. My brother loved it. I wasn't big on it.
I blame Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it's the first one or second one, but there's a scene where he is picking people off of the pizza.
Really?
Their heads off this pizza with his little, finger claws. And it's a sausage pizza, and their heads are the sausages.
Oh.
And that grossed me out to the point where I didn't eat sausage pizza for 15, 20 years probably.
Wow.
For a long time, because I was like, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm not eating people's heads.
Especially, it's just the round ones. The little, like, Totino's pizzas.
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing. But when it's like the chunks of sausage, I was like,
yeah.
no, that gross. I don't know why. It grossed me out.
No, it's delicious.
And Sloppy Joe's was another one I hated for a long time.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe's.
It always makes me think of Billy Madison.
Sloppy Joe's.
Sloppy for you.
He has a song, Adam Sandler, called Sloppy Joe's, I think.
Oh, yeah? I wouldn't doubt it.
Joe's, Sloppy Joe's. Yeah, something like that. Or I just made it up.
Hey, it's very Adam Sandler.
If I just made it up, I'm copyrighting that, so don't steal
Sorry,
it.
Adam. You're going to have to buy it from Jesse. Sloppy Joe's.
No, from Just Weirdly Blended.
Yeah, okay. I get royalties too.
Yeah, you guys do.
That's true.
You gots to.
I want money. What else? Thanksgiving's coming up.
Oh God, yeah.
I love
the holidays.
Time of year. Tomorrow is a day we're gonna work all day. We go in at like 8, and almost hit a button.
Tom,
Let's move that.
Move away from the keyboard. He's like,
Actually, let me just pop it up here. So I'll go in at 8, and we'll leave like 7:30 at night, so that parents can come in, during the day or after work or whatever works to get everybody in. It's a long day, but it's a good day.
Wait, did you say 7:30 at night?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
conferences.
Yeah. So we work almost a 12-hour day almost.
I was like, the kids don't go to school.
No, they don't. They don't. But we get to meet with parents, which
Yeah.
is it's nice. I always actually enjoy meeting with the parents.
I can see that.
And there's this amazing thing that happens because we did a contract variance, right? So that we can stay late that night, and then we leave early the following day, and then we leave early the following day. So it's like we've been working really hard, and now all of a sudden we're at this point where it slows down, and we get to go home early. You get that family time.
Yeah.
You get, Thanksgiving is such a family day.
Yeah.
And so it's just very exciting. My parents are back from Arizona, so we've been seeing them.
That's always nice, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a nice time of year. And we're looking forward to Christmas. Those of you that celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate.
Kwanzaa.
It's, Kwanzaa.
Wait, is that a Christmas?
Kwanzaa is more of
It sounds cool,
It's
though.
like a cultural holiday.
Yeah.
So it's celebrating the tenets of the African culture.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of it,
African American culture, but
which I would do because I'm 1%.
No, it is pretty cool. We teach
I'm claiming that 1%.
Christmas around the world or holidays around the world. We do a unit on that. And Kwanzaa is one of the celebrations. There can be a lot of misinformation with that one because it's not like a holiday. It's not like in the sense of like, Christmas.
Yeah.
But it is a celebration of the culture. And so there's like, I think it's 7.
It's similar to, I think, Hanukkah.
It's very similar. Yeah, they have like the menorah basically, and they have candles, black and red and green candles, and they represent different things. And there's the 7 like not tenets, but like qualities.
Yeah.
And so like each I think it's like each of the days is one of the qualities that are important to like I'd say the culture, but truly it's like any culture.
Yeah.
So it's really pretty cool. I think if more people understood it, more people would probably do it because it's kind of more universal than that if you chose to take it. But definitely specifically for the African American community, it's a big thing. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, it is pretty cool. So
No, I look forward to it too. Like I'm, I think I'm taking like that following Monday off and that Friday because I'm an idiot and I'm doing that climb 89 with Nick.
Thanks.
I don't know why I do these things to myself.
Yes.
But whatever.
You invited me. I said, well, peace be with you.
Yeah. Have fun, my child.
I will splash you with holy water before you begin. He goes,
go
if you do it enough times, it's like climbing Everest.
Yeah,
It's
they
like, good
say
luck
if you
with
do it
that.
100 times, it's like the
I've done
equivalent
it
of going.
once. Once was enough. Yeah.
I've done it. Yeah, I've climbed the backside of Badger a couple times, but not repetitively like I'm gonna do. It's like up and down, up and down.
You just do it as many times as you can.
As many times as you
Oh
can.
my God. Yeah, I'd be ditching you guys on round 3 probably.
I'm gonna find out.
Well, this was fun.
I know. I just mentally, I think it's like a mental thing for me. Like I gotta see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need something to push myself, so that's why I don't know. I don't know if that's why I do the things I do, but we'll find out just to do it. No, I can do this. Don't be calling me a pussy.
You're calling yourself.
But yeah, we're going to Oregon. So it's gonna be
Alicia's mom's here.
Yep. So it'll be the first time we've had Thanksgiving with her since I've been with Alicia.
Wow.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
We've never had celebrated the holidays with her mom. So we're doing Christmas here at our house, and then Thanksgiving's gonna be over there.
Nice.
So we'll be there for just a few days, but it'll be nice to have the family together.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully I can bring Elena.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm gonna
Talk to Blanca. Yeah.
See how that is. I know Elena is probably gonna be like,
You know how funny Blanca is. She's gonna give you shit for it, but
probably.
yeah.
But like I said, I'm usually pretty open to that stuff.
Yeah. No, I think
just 'cause
she
it's-
is too. What will happen is she'll give you shit for it and act like she's not gonna let her go. And then she'll be like, if you guys want her, you can take her.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I
we
won't
get
speak for her.
We get her on Christmas.
This is where being a stepdad.
Well, this is going to be one of the weird situations because normally Thanksgiving we've kind of shared her or something. It should go here and there, just like Christmas.
Right.
It's never, and I think that's one cool thing about our blended family is we are open to that. Like it's oh yeah, you can't have her. I'll get her in the morning this year, and maybe next year you'll get her in the morning.
Well, and it's
or
so
vice
funny
versa.
now because my parents are gone.
Yeah.
Like they're in Arizona, so I don't really have a family thing on that day anymore like I used to.
Oh yeah.
This year might be different because Danielle, my cousin, is living at our house, so we'll probably be hanging out with them that day.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of morphed into, it doesn't really matter whose house she's at because we all go to Louis.
Yep.
We go to Blanca's mom in the morning, and that's where we go every year.
Yep.
So we have the same Christmas basically.
Yeah.
And then if we get together later in the day or whatever, there's that. But
Yeah, I like it. I like
kinda
it.
cool. It's
It
kinda
is cool
cool.
to do that. And then I don't know. I look forward to. I love the holidays.
I
man.
do
It's just
too.
something about
There's
it.
something so just mad, even as an adult, without all the the Santa and everything. There's something about just the memories of that. See, my dad. It's funny because he hated it.
Yeah.
He didn't have good experiences, so he never really cared for it. I was the polar opposite. My parents provided me a great experience.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I want to give my kids that.
And that's what I'm trying to do for our kids.
Yeah.
Not that I had like terrible experiences in holidays. My mom did what she could to provide for us. So we never were like,
Yeah.
we were fortunate enough to, have a Christmas.
Yeah.
I know there's kids out there that don't get that.
I think in my dad's case, it was just his parents. That wasn't. They could have tried to make it
Yeah.
something. They just didn't care enough.
Yeah,
and
and
I don't
that's-
know if that's really true or not, but that's kind of what I.
Which I understand. I mean, I don't understand, but I get where your dad's coming from in
Yeah.
that sense. Because, there's times when my mom didn't have that stuff. And so we were like one of those giving tree families in
Right.
a sense.
Right.
But like, I always loved the decorating side of Christmas. And I remember one year we didn't get a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mom would always wait till like 2 days before Christmas to get a tree because they were cheap.
Sure.
This one year we didn't have a tree, so me and my brother decorated this poinsettia plant.
Okay.
I just remember we put on like a little string of little lights. I have a picture of it somewhere. I should bust it out before Christmas this year to show the fans out there.
Yeah.
All 490 million, and then there was just one bulb on it, kind of like the
Nice.
fucking
Like the Charlie Brown.
yeah.
Maybe we need to do a just weirdly blended poinsettia Christmas tree.
Dude, I just remember that. And then the presents we did have, we put the presents and then we put the plant on top.
Nice. So the way I work, then every single year I would have had to have done that again. I would have had a Christmas tree and a poinsettia tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's-
I tend to go overboard.
That's like
that kind of
I can't remember. I don't remember Christmas much after that. I don't know where I was at that age.
Yeah.
I'm sure we did something, but yeah, I can't recall. But I love getting a tree. Well, now we got the fake tree, but
Yeah.
for a long time we get the real tree and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the smell.
Yeah, we've never really
love the
gotten the real
smell.
tree, but yes, the real trees do have a beautiful smell.
I was just telling Tom last night. I always pick this plant that's outside of your house. There's this bush, and I'll pick a leaf
I
off of
never
it.
knew that you did that.
Every time, almost every time I come into your house, there's that tree out there, the little pokey one. I pop off one and I'll rub it between my fingers and I'll smell it. That sounds fucking creepy, gross. I do that with my my famunda sometimes.
I'm imagining. what was that? The
fucking
Superstar girl.
superstar. Oh God, that was great. But yeah, that's what I do. I'll smell it because it has that like evergreen, like that piney smell to it or something.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. Loves that.
Yeah.
And then cinnamon. I don't know what it is. I love the cinnamon smell.
Yeah.
Alicia don't like it, but I love.
Really?
Like I can throw cinnamon sticks in my car and I'll just be like
Sure.
fucking in heaven. That shit
Pepperment.
smell-
I love peppermint.
Yeah, peppermint smell good.
It's just a wonderful time. And I'm getting less and less depressed after Christmas. I used to get very depressed after Christmas because I just didn't like winter, but I'm realizing winter goes so fast.
Everything goes fast.
Like it really, I know, man. It's like time is flying.
It was November 1st last week.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
I know.
And now next week it's fucking
Thanksgiving.
Figure that one out.
Time just flies, and winter goes super fast. And there are some fun things. I do want to get snowshoes at some point and go out and like snowshoe. I think that'd be fun.
I'm too cheap. I got some tennis rackets somewhere in this house.
I
No, I'm
thought
just
about
kidding.
that too.
So ghetto.
Just zip tie them to your boots. This doesn't work too
That
well.
would be fun though.
Yeah,
we should do
right?
that.
I know. I always see them, like Costco will have them, and I'm like, God, I want to.
Maybe do a night, spend the night at it.
It'd be so fun.
That'd be kind of
I
scary.
would be freezing, but it would be awesome.
I'd freeze my nuts off, but it would be scary.
Sick, right?
It would be fun, but I think it'd be kind of terrifying in the woods.
Oh, I don't know. All
winter?
the animals sleep in the winter.
Not cougars.
Not cougars, but
Those are the ones I'm afraid of. Cougars are like, rawr, rawr. I'm looking for something.
yeah.
Oh, there's this Mexican and white guy here.
You got the beans and the tortilla.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have me a little chorizo burrito.
Yeah, they are scary. I give you that.
But no, it'd be fun.
But,
though.
yeah.
This time I'll
I
have
just
my...
think it'd be kind of cool. But,
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe one day.
yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just very excited. I feel very much at peace. Yesterday I got a little bit bored. Couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and I hate those times.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's like I hit a certain point at night, and I'm like, God, what do I want to do now? Like, and it's just weird. I don't know why I do that sometimes. I'm still working on that one a little bit, but it doesn't happen that often anymore.
Yeah, I'm trying to be not in that same headspace where
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I have to do something.
Yeah, and
But I know I don't have to do anything, but I
Right.
feel like I have to.
I just like often Blanc and I will just sit down and watch something together. But there's a point where it's like I just don't feel like sitting and watching something again. You know, like I feel like doing something else.
That's why I clean the kitchen.
Yeah. I wanted to play video games because I just haven't much at all. And I was like, it just sounds like fun, just wasting some time, just
It is.
playing a game. But then I Friday night, I tried to play a game, couldn't find one that seemed interesting. I tried. There was a Roman game that seemed like it was going to be really cool, and then I
Oh.
started that one. I was like, eh. And then
Nah.
I don't know.
That's where I was at. Like I play my sports games, but then like I get kind of, I'm not in the mood. And then
Yeah.
so I have like this other game that I've been playing called Far Cry, and which I really like, but I'm like I don't feel like running around. And then you know what really does it? You know why I wasn't playing video games as much? Is the TV in the room was from like the 60s or something.
Oof.
So like the quality was trash.
When it's an old TV with like bigger pixels. And
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for me. And then it was darker, and it was really hard for me to just really want to play.
Yeah, sure.
There was a level I was stuck on, so I finished that. I was actually able to finish that after about 300 times.
Yeah.
But I was proud of myself because I didn't get upset once. But then after that, I was just like,
Yeah. See, and
I
I'm
don't know.
very.
So like I would put, like I said, I put on a couple like anime shows, and then I'd put on I'd watch Sports Center.
Yeah.
Which I don't ever do except when I'm out of town, because I watch Sports Center. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Probably because I don't have ESPN here.
There you go.
That's probably why.
Yeah. I know. I'm very partial to certain publishers, game publishers.
Oh yeah, Naughty Dog makes some of the best games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm a Rockstar guy
They make
primarily
Yeah.
because I get so tired. There's so many games that I think are going to be really good, but they feel so linear. And that was the problem with like this Roman game. It was one of the
Civilization.
no, it wasn't like a building game like that. It was
Like something
what's
Empire.
What's the name of that? Golly, there's a whole series of them where
Like
it's
Assassin's
like
Creed?
Yes, that was that one. But it felt, even though it's open world, it felt.
It's repetitive.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
the repetition that gets
Yeah.
like so annoying.
If you haven't played this game, there's these games. There's a series of games, and I don't. Oh, you have an Xbox. You have a PlayStation.
We have PlayStation 4. We just don't have the newer.
No.
system.
So this would be perfect still. There's these games. There's The Last of Us 1 and 2. These are I think that's a Naughty Dog game. And then there's the Uncharted series.
Okay.
And if you love like a good puzzle, trying to figure things out, but you also love the cinematics of a game and the like fighting.
Yeah.
Like you'll get onslaught of people and you'll shoot them, and that game is hands down probably my favorite game ever.
Nice.
It's the Uncharted series. Those
Yeah.
games, they play like a movie. So
See,
so
now
do
I
The
like
Last of Us.
Yeah, I like the story driven.
You'll sit there and like The Last of Us isn't a very long game, right? But you'll sit there and you'll be stuck watching like a 10-minute cutscene, or and it's just like you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like the story is that
Right.
good. And then Uncharted is the same way. It's just like real, like the character, even the voice acting is like phenomenal, but the gameplay's equally as good. It's like it was like game of the year each time it came out. But those games are those. If you have never played those, I highly
I
recommend
think I
those.
played some of the Uncharted. I know I played the first.
They're fun.
Yeah,
they're tough.
I played the first The Last of Us. I don't think I played the second one.
Good. That one's good.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're gonna if you haven't watched the that they're gonna come out The Last of Us 2 like season 2, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be interesting for people who have never played the game and don't know what's coming. So it's gonna be it's a cool man. That's a cool game. Some people were like disappointed with the fact that there's some like LGBTQ stuff in it. But it's not like pushy.
Yeah.
They just
I don't know.
I don't know. People just like, oh, why do you got to add that in there?
I get annoyed
which I understand.
when things feel like pandering. I understand that.
Yeah, and
when
it's
when it
to
seems like
me,
something's pandering, but
it didn't feel that
at
way.
the same time,
Like I seen it and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're like, I already knew that. Like it was one of those situations.
To me, who gives a shit? I honestly.
Well, people are upset that no Ghost of Tsushima, the main character is going to be a woman.
fucking
No, not a woman.
Trans.
No, it's a samurai, but he's African American.
Okay.
But he's based off of real.
He's based off of a historic figure. Yep.
But people don't.
I saw that.
People don't know that.
Right. Well, and it's just something to be outraged about. It's funny what the idea of free. I'm not going to get too into this, but freedom is not your right to be happy with everybody else having to live like you.
Yeah.
And that's what a freedom in this country is turning into. Freedom is you want to be gay, you get to be freaking gay.
Yeah.
If you want to be trans, you get to be freaking trans. Now, I get that it's tricky when there's bathroom stuff and whatever. There's stuff we need to work out.
That, or if it's like involving your youth, I feel like.
I get that. And I don't want anyone pushing kids to being gay, but I don't know that that works. I don't think that you push kids into being gay. And I can tell you as a teacher, I'm getting really tired and offended that everyone acts like that's what we're spending our days doing. We're not.
Well,
I teach reading, writing, and math. And
gay 101.
And we dabble in gay, but no, it really is infuriating. I feel very personally attacked by our culture as a teacher that cares deeply about what I do and cares about our kids, and just like everybody else does. And I actually dedicate my life to kids.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate it if we would stop politicizing the idea. There are gay people. There are people that are truly trans, whether you like it or not. That's going to exist. That is a very small percentage of people.
Yeah, so I think it's when they're pushing like the trans, like trying to push that for kids to change their gender.
But who's pushing that?
No, I don't know. No, I'm saying there's like programs where like a kid could, take drugs to start doing that at an early age.
Yeah, but those conversations are between doctors and families. That has nothing to do with schools. It's a lie that schools are there like.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think this has to do with schools, but I think that's the side of things where it's like, okay, maybe when the kids are at an adult age that we can start.
Yeah, I still think though there's a
10-year-old being like, let me change my gender right now. Let me take steroids.
Look, I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, there are kids that will kill themselves.
Well,
because of how they feel. And I'm not saying that I think every kid should just have a sex change operation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they should. But I am saying it's funny that we go from this idea that we're going to keep the government out of your life. And then we say to families, you don't get the choice to do this.
Yeah.
Because we don't care what you and your doctor and the psychologist team have decided. We know better than you. That bothers me.
Yeah.
That really bothers me because, again, we're talking about a very minute percentage of the population. We're talking about parents who are not typically psychopaths that just want to butcher their children. We're talking about people that are dealing with something extreme and difficult. And the rest of us are telling these people what they have to do. And I really am bothered by that. I'm not saying I'm for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, no, if they think it and feel it, that we should just do it. But I personally know people dealing with it that are not crazy people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really frustrating that they would not have the option to work with true doctors, not psycho doctors, true psychologists to really identify, is this real or not real, and to be able to make the decision that is best for that individual human. I don't think blanket policies from the government are the best.
No, I don't think
Anyway,
should get involved in
whatever.
that,
I just, people need to take a breath. I need to take a breath.
That's what it is.
But anyway,
That's the point.
Whatever.
That's what sucks. But we got a question of the week.
Yeah, we do. Let's move into
Let's move on.
How has your definition of family evolved?
For me, my definition of family has evolved because, this was something I was going to talk about this prior when we were going to bring up this question, but I was like, let me try to save it first. Okay. Let me try to remember my answer. Yeah. But going back to JJ's, his teacher conference, they bust out this sheet, like he's going to build a family tree, right? Like you get involved, like they're doing a culture thing, and then who's in your family. But the one thing they mentioned is like people that you consider family that aren't necessarily blood, right? Okay. And then fast forward to yesterday, Alicia was talking about Blanca wants her nails painted for Wicked.
Yes.
Alicia's like,
Blanca's super into it.
Weird, right? Alicia's like, like, I want friends to do that. I'm like, what do you mean? I go, you got, your friend Kylie, yeah? You guys, she goes, yeah, but we're distant friends. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, we would just work out together.
They're getting closer, right?
I go, no, yeah, but I started throwing, I'm like, well, yeah, you guys work out. You guys went to, lunch. She goes, dinner. I was like, same fucking difference. You guys ate, right?
It's more romantic when it's dinner.
Seriously.
Like, it's
she
an
slaps your
actual
butt.
date.
Come on now.
It's an actual date if it's dinner.
And then I'm like, well, we went to their house to watch the fights. And she's like, yeah, I guess you got a point. And I was like, Blanca, what does Blanca do? Like, you guys are pretty good friends. She goes, no, we're family. So that's getting to that definition of family. Like,
yeah, right.
You guys are, friends, obviously, you're like, my best friend and stuff, but there's more to that. I think there is that family element where we consider you guys family.
Right. And vice versa.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, for sure. And because of the nature of the relationships.
Yeah, like I tell Elliot I love him, and I don't say that to jokingly say it. I love Elliot.
Right. And it's the same thing with JJ. Like, I say it to joke because of his reaction.
Well, yeah.
But no, I mean,
the meaning behind it's still there.
These kids have been in both of our lives from the time they were babies, so it's I mean,
that's crazy,
right?
That is.
They grew up together. I mean, they truly grew up. Remember that period of time where they were like, we're kind of like brothers and kind of like cousins and like friends, and they weren't quite sure. And and that's where that crazy label thing, I'm like, I get in some cases where there's just not quite the right label for it. And maybe it's okay to not have that label. I'm usually a label guy. I so I like language, but
so that for me, the definition of family is not your typical like your blood, your family.
Sure,
it's like because you can have blood that's you don't like. I have cousins that they're cousins because we have blood, but I don't consider them family because I don't know them. Yeah. Like you guys, I consider family just because there's that love there. There's that history there. Mm-hmm. There's just that dynamic that's there that is that family feel, that it feels like a family. And, like there would be like this, it wouldn't feel good if somehow that family broke apart or something. You know what I mean? Yep. It would feel like I'm losing my family. Mm-hmm. I'd feel in that same situation as Wayne, where I feel like I'm losing everything. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. That's like kind of my definition, I guess, in a sense. Is just like it doesn't have to be blood. It's just there's a dynamic involvement, right, with things, and it's all scenario based, obviously. But
I hear you.
But
like your chosen family. Yeah, like that's kind of a thing. Like even with like the old show Friends, right? Yeah. That was the idea of those Thanksgiving episodes where they're all hanging out together. Yeah, that's they're like they choose to be together as family. So like it's weird to me though that is an understandable concept, like, oh, we're all friends and we don't have family to go home.
Thanksgiving.
So we're together and we're like family, and then everyone's like, oh, that's so normal. And then we do it
And it's not normal.
it's not normal.
All you guys are swingers.
Well, you must be having sex with each other. That's what you're doing. And I'm like, no, we've never had sex.
Not once.
we probably will not.
Ever
Most
have.
likely.
I know. Even on
We won't.
We've had many drunken nights together.
Not one time.
Not
did
one
that
time.
turn.
Sexual, no. That's crazy.
No, it's like and to in all seriousness, no joking. Seeing that family that I was describing earlier at conferences and our experience, it is such a beautiful thing when a child can grow up. I'm not saying that people should divorce and should do this, but if it happens, if a child gets two sets of parents that care, 4 people love that kid, and that is a normal thing for that child. There is a way forward in a culture where marriages fail a lot, where kids can be healthy, and kids can be happy, and they can be well adjusted. Yeah. And if the adults are able to make that work, there's a lot of work in that, as you've said several times, but it can be a beautiful thing. I think what we have is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So the definition of family, I mean, there's an element of who you choose to be with. And we've been very lucky. It's a very natural thing.
Yeah, it's just been that way.
Yeah.
It's never felt forced.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. And it didn't start out that way. We were very cordial. We've always been very cordial. But there was definitely a time where we weren't really family. It was just, nicely handing off the kid and little chit chat and whatnot.
It's just a building.
But over time, we found things that we both liked and were willing to do together.
Yep.
And
swinging, not one of them.
The people are going to be like, yeah, right. They definitely had sex.
Whatever. Let him think it.
You know what? Yeah, but
that's crazy.
Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, it was neat to see somebody that wasn't us.
That is awesome. I think seeing that in like the real life, like, it's cool. Like I said, I've seen videos of real couples. It's not like a forced, stupid, skidded video, but you can see that they have that dynamic. But to see that and know, like, not personally know someone, but like know that there's those people out there, like right there. I think that's really awesome. Yeah, it'd be cool to interview them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. To interview a family that's kind of has the same dynamics, just to see if they share some of the same concepts. Yeah, like what is the story behind that being successful? Is it similar to ours, where you just find that there are things you like? Well, we started off as swingers. Well, we have sex a lot, and okay. Maybe we're doing this wrong. Damn it, this is not where I was hoping this was going. I mean, you never know. Everybody has their own way. Yeah. And, I don't know. It'd be very weird to interview parents, though. For you. It would be very weird. I guess I will respect their privacy. But, it would be nice to maybe find some other folks that... I would love to interview them. Point them out with your eyes to me, and I'll go and approach them. Hey, are you guys? They are a very cool family. It would be very interesting to talk with them and to see what their experience has been. That would be cool to find like a family or someone like that. Yeah. Just not necessarily them, but just a family in that same situation. Because I do think like there's got to be metrics to follow. Like, what is it? Is it impossible for some people? I wonder if it's like personality of the people. Yeah, I think a lot of times it is. And like we've talked about with the where you're at in that previous relationship, if you're still in love with that person, there's that emotional side. If you moved past it. So then how do you move past something? How do you... Yeah. So for that relationship to be able to happen, you've got to put the work in to move past a romance, get to a place where you're no longer romantically interested in that person. Yeah. Because that's going to undermine it, obviously. That's going to make things tough, I think. Obviously. If there's romance involved. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no way we could be friends if we felt like one of us wanted the other person's wife. Oh, no, how would you feel secure in that? You wouldn't. You'd think in the back of your head, like, you just want to fuck them. I know what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? You're trying to take off my family. All of a sudden, we're drunk and you look at me like, Jesse, we okay? You're going to die, motherfucker. I got this nail I'm going to stick in your ear. Oh, yeah. Oh, I won't give it away, but... yeah. Sheesh. But there's... I don't know. I've felt that before though.
Yeah, right.
With the other side of the house, not with Alicia, but the other way.
No, I understand.
But yeah.
And even just like a
Makes
lot
it
of times
hard.
people are jealous of friends or whatever. So
Jealousy's a crazy thing.
it's a
man.
tough thing. It's a tough thing because if you have it, it's a real emotion.
That's a scary emotion. I feel like jealousy. I'm not a big jealousy. I'm not a big jealous person. Like I have a little like
Yeah,
I have a healthy
jealous.
amount of jealousy.
Yeah.
I've just never been a crazy jealous person. Just because it's like
That's good. It's a toxic.
yeah.
Feeling.
For me, I
it's
think
a very
it is.
toxic feeling.
I'm very like secure in me and Alicia's relationship. Just in general with certain things that I'm like I don't have no reason to be jealous.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you say someone looks good, like it makes me a little angry.
Yeah, I killed a few people because I'm upset. Not true. I'm just
but,
kidding. but-
you'll see an actor or someone.
No, and I
he's
think
handsome.
when I
You're
was a
like,
younger
oh,
person,
good.
I think I was more jealous than I am now.
Yeah.
And it's not a healthy thing.
I think when I was jealous, if there was ever a time that I ever had it, I was very.
It's the insecurity.
I
is
pushed
what
it down.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like probably where it wasn't healthy for me to do that.
Sure.
But that's probably what I did. Like, fuck it. And that probably had a bad. There's probably something there that triggered something else in my life or whatever, what have you. I don't know, but like.
Well,
that emotion I would bottle that down. Like, nah, just keep it on wraps.
yeah.
'Cause I don't want to be one of those guys that end up on TV.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. There's jealousy, and then there's like, yeesh, jealousy.
That's what I'm saying. Jealousy is
Yeah.
crazy to me.
It can be very crazy. Yeah.
Jesus, she's an actress. I don't even know her.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Today, like they were talking about some movie, and then I was like, that's a stupid movie, a piece of shit movie. It was like a love movie, and it turns out it's actually a movie. It's a romantic movie I actually really like.
Oh, is it that hot snowman one?
No, Alicia was gonna watch it, but she goes, "That's so stupid.
Blanca watched it.
It looks dumb as fuck.
Ugh.
It seems so cheesy.
Well, it's intended to be.
It's a snowman that's hot. Like, get out of here."
Netflix is taking the Hallmark movie and they're turning it into
Even worse.
like a worse, like on the nose Hallmark movie.
No, it's Me
but
Before
it's
You or
fine.
something. It's like Amelia Clark, and I forget the guy's name, but he's like a quadriplegic.
Okay.
It's a cool movie. Like she's like the caregiver, and there's this element where she falls in love with him.
Yeah, I think I've
it's
seen
actually probably one of my favorite like romance movies. But I also really like the girl in the movie. Like that's what I told Alicia this morning. I was like, because they were like, oh my god, I'm like, oh, her? I'll go, yeah, I think she's pretty hot. I feel like she's good looking. Lisa's like, oh yeah, I'm making you breakfast right now. She joking.
She's kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was kidding, obviously. And then I'm like, oh, but you guys could stare at guys and gawk over, but I can't say this girl looks pretty.
No, she's very beautiful.
She's hideous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we got a Tuesday episode coming. I don't know if it's going to be on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
don't know
we're
how we're gonna
not
do that.
100% sure how we're going to release it. We might just. We're interviewing a gal, Kimberly, who has a really interesting story and a really interesting company that she runs, all about girls, teenage girls, which we happen to have.
Yep.
Well, we have one, and you
I've had
multiple
now 3.
and she's like really into not putting chemicals into kids' bodies and things, and so
Which I think that's something we can get
so
involved
her
because I'm the
product
same way.
line is going to be interesting to talk about. We're really looking forward to talking with her, so we're going to record some with her.
I'm going to be in
I
a
don't
suit.
know that we'll do it live in an episode. I think maybe we'll record it and just embed that recording. We're not 100% sure yet.
Yeah.
We haven't done this a lot on our end. We've been on other people's shows, but
This will be our first time.
this will be our first
Like
time
with someone that's not
hosting
like family or
somebody. Yeah,
somebody.
like my cousin's been on. We've had friends like on an entire episode. This is a little bit of a different format for
This
us.
is
but
professional,
It's very
brother.
exciting. Yeah, we might be working again with
Magic Mind.
Magic Mind, so keep an ear open for that. We enjoyed it last time when we worked with them.
Yeah.
They have some new products coming out, so we're excited to try that. And
I guess there's other companies that ways I guess we can reach out. So that's something we can talk about. But like more we can get sponsored too.
Nice. Really?
I've learned this from the guy from when I'm in Salem, the one who does the podcast too.
So we are in a period of growth. And,
new chapter. I'm telling you, there's this page in my life that I feel like
you just turn in the corner.
it feels like God right now, or whoever this higher power is. He's ready to finish this the end of this chapter.
And comes to an end.
Yeah, chapter 29 is about to end, and chapter 30 is about to start. That's what I feel like.
Nice. Yeah, and hey, we've been at this for 3.5 years.
It's crazy. We were just talking about it upstairs.
Just over 3 years. Yeah, and it's kind of like a lesson for anyone. Like if you care about something, stick with it.
It takes time.
Don't
build
quit. It takes time. It takes time. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, we just have fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time. You guys get to hear me rant and rave about
politics
things
and me to be not know
you
anything.
are so awesome. You're like, all right, whatever. I have too many opinions. Whatever.
There's nothing wrong with too many opinions.
Thank you for whether you agree with me or you don't. Thank you for hearing me out.
You know, that's what makes it good, though.
Yeah.
Because we don't always agree with each other, but we should be able to
live together and love each other. Because at the end of the day,
I think it's okay to have your own opinion. It's okay to not agree with each other. I think it's always nice to be open and listen to each other, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you can listen to each other, you might not always agree, but then you'll hear things that you're like, oh, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Or, you know what? I didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe, you make a point. I can see where you're coming from.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you.
How does that make you feel?
You.
Damn it, I shouldn't ask that question.
Yeah, you got an hour and a half?
No. Here we go.
Yeah. So anyway, peaceful holiday. Happy holiday.
Happy holiday.
Enjoy.
Yep. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Great Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving is the everybody holiday.
Whew.
Isn't it?
Everybody in America.
I think.
It's just in America.
I think everyone's happy with Thanksgiving.
They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Indonesia?
Yeah. Honolulu. That is part of America, so they do.
I wonder if they do, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were late.
That's they were late to the game. Yeah. Alaska, they were late. They were in the 50s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were like the last two, weren't they?
Yeah, I think Hawaii was in the
Puerto Rico's
50s.
like somewhat.
Puerto Rico's part.
They were like a cousin.
Yeah,
stepsister.
That's so strange. Yeah, that Puerto Rico is like a territory, but not
like you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico because it's part of America.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't understand that shit myself.
I know.
We bought it for 25 cents probably.
We've got we have some of the Virgin Islands that are
the Grand Caymans, part of America.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. That old
offshore accounts, baby.
That old what do you call it? The old colonial.
I've been there and it looks like that.
You've been to the Caymans?
The Grand Cayman, yeah.
When were you at the Caymans?
When I went on that cruise with Blanca.
Oh,
that was one of the ports.
That makes sense.
That was, I think, one of the first ports.
Yeah.
So it looks very like that.
I'll bet.
You can see that pirates probably came through there at one time. That's what it reminds me of. If you ever watch Black Sails, you'll see scenes from that show that are very remnant of Grand Cayman.
They probably filmed there.
I could see it.
Yeah.
The Caribbeans.
Yeah.
All through there. Anyway. Have a good one.
All right, yeah.
We're
you
out
guys
this bitch.
Have awesome times. Hopefully you're not working super hard this week, and we're coming to
I love this time just
the
because
end of
work's so
another
slow.
year. The end of another year coming up. 2025, just around the corner.
Year of the Dragon.
And not believe, is it?
No, I don't know. It would be cool though.
The year of the rat.
I think that's
it's
what I am.
so sad. There's like a year of the dragon, then there's a year of the rat.
I'm like the rat.
Yeah.
Or no, or am I a monkey? I don't know. I'm one of the dumb
I think
ones.
I'm the cockroach or whatever that year. I have no idea what my
I'm gonna look that up after
Chinese year. I'll have to look it up. But all right, guys, take care.
Have a good one.
See you later.